says, as people are coming and walking out, right, because they're all taking it to go, it says, can I interview you, just ask you a couple questions? And those that we use, and we slice and dice data, none of it mattered. What they had in common was a commute. Messy and other kind of muffins are all over the place, but the milkshake thing to do on my drive, and also turns out it's fun, right? And it feels good. People that were buying milkshakes in the afternoon, and let's just have a milkshake. So he came up with what is today called the jobs theory, or the job to do perspective. And this mid-morning, I'd like to talk to you a little about how that plays out when we talk about a content framework for your landing pages or sales pages, how you sell your products and everything else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. So now I have no idea how that page is going to change. There it is. Okay, so I use a framework to tell stories. And what I'm going to do now is use a story, high fidelity, quality sound. Imagine that, right? So I'm going to buy that speaker. I've been chosen for it. I saved the money. I want to buy the speaker. And you look out and you can see the road that comes from the top of the hill where the store is, the only store that sells. It's a nice Saturday morning. There's the road. You start walking on the road on the way to. We're talking about football. It's a river. And you go, no problem. So you step into the river and you start walking across the river. Only after 2 steps, the water's up to your chin. And you realize, this is not what I expected. So you back up out of it and you go to swim. And 2 strokes into crossing the river, you're a mile downriver. That thing's moving fast. And you get out again and go, okay, this is a little more than I expected. So you walk back up the river to where the path is, and you decide, trying to figure out, here comes a motorboat. And he pulls up and he drives away. Now you're wet, you're frustrated, broke. That's not a fun place to be, right? So because you're stopping wet, the sun's out, you decide, I'm just going to cool down. So you start walking upriver. Just water. After an hour of walking, you're like, this is amazing. There's a bridge. You walk up to the bridge, right? You jump on the bridge. It's sturdy. It feels good. You cross the bridge. You cross the bridge, you're over the water. Okay, you start walking down. It takes you about an hour. You get back to the path. The path's going to take you up the hill to get. Some of them are staring at open stuff. And you yell across the river, I'm not better than you. I'm not smarter than you. But if you're trying to cross, not normally what you do. But if you go upriver an hour, you'll get to the bridge. And if you cross the bridge right there, 2 hours ago, you walk up an hour here, and I'll wait for you, and we can go together. That's what I call the bridge framework. The bridge framework consists of, first, the destination. It's the thing we want. It's the thing that causes us to do something. Some of you sell products. Some of you sell services. That's not what the customers want. The customers want the product or the service to deliver something else to them. And we have to make sure that we're clear that we're trying to go the same direction, the same thing. We spent most of our time talking about the river and the roadblocks. I tried to walk across. That's where we spent our time, because that's where we're talking about pain. And my pain. I'm not better than you. I'm not smarter than you, but I've been where you've been. I want to show you how to do that because you don't care. And yet most of it is over. That's what matters. You know that I love WooCommerce. I totally do. But I can't stand when someone says the reason to choose WooCommerce is because you can own your own stuff. I hate that. Not because I don't think you should own your own stuff, but in the business stuff, I hate that. Not because I don't think you should own your own stuff, but in the business world with executives, people have been leasing computers and leasing buildings and leasing things forever. The idea we have to own our own stuff doesn't compute to an executive who says, no, I'm very comfortable with the spotlight on our products and services as the bridge. When someone who woke up on a Saturday morning doesn't know they need a bridge because they didn't know there was going to be a river in the future. Who woke up on a Saturday morning doesn't know they need a bridge because they didn't know there was going to be a river in the future. Just belong and connect. So I'm going to wrap up by just highlighting a couple quick bridges. I haven't gotten to the river, It's not interested. That close to lunch. I'm so hungry, I can't move. Mistake number 2, right? It's a lot easier to sell the bridge. 2, right? If people have already tried to get over the water. Man, if I'm talking to someone who needs what I'm selling them, and I say, you probably struggle with this way. You probably tried to walk across the river. You tried to swim across the river. You tried to cross over the bridge with a guy, and you say, oh, I am. And they're ready to buy. Right? Our content framework has to focus on that pain, and it's a lot easier if they've gone through it. Also, we normally skip empathy. And we will win a lot better if we're talking to that pain. If we spend more time on the river and the road. 4th, we skip the community. We see they're talking about the product or service they're already bought. And those people are part of a community. And bringing new customers into that community can be incredibly powerful. I'll publish these slides so you can see it. There's no reason for you to have to worry about this right here, but I use this as an example when I talk to people about this. This framework. It's simply that if you watch these 2 commercials, and the links are tiny and you can't see it, but again, you'll find it online. If you watch these 2 commercials, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Maui Jim talks all about themselves. All about themselves. Spotlight on their product, their business, their everything. Citizen talks about all your pains. And literally just walks through, and we're doing this in 30 seconds, right? That's a commercial. That's my last point, and we'll wrap up here. Is it pain, right? To the other side, because of your bridge, they will follow. The other side, because of your bridge, they will follow. And this is why this framework works. Chris Lema. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Lema. VP of Products at Edward Webb. I'll be around all afternoon, all tomorrow.
For needs such as